Yo, 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 welcome to the show. Welcome to the Social Sunshine Podcast, episode 191. I am your hostess, Britney Crosson. Hi, welcome to another episode. I've got a juicy one for you. We're going to talk about the real truth about social media for small business. Will it really bring you new customers or not? I'm so excited to answer this question because I think it's a very important thing to talk about. Before we do that, I have to share with you, okay, if you're watching the video version, on YouTube, or if you're watching a video clip on social media, you're going to see what I'm about to show you. This drawing that my daughter Romy made me. She just turned 9. Okay, let me show. I've got 2 cameras on me. Let me show the first camera. Okay, you see it says to Mama from Romy C. It says Social Sunshine Podcast. I have a really cute side pony. Let me show the other camera. You see it? And a shirt that says SSP for Social Sunshine Podcast. I mean, and look what she did. She did her color palette at the top. Can you see this? This girl is an artist. She loves it so much. And I was, of course, I'm a mom. I'm mushy about this stuff. But when I got that from her the other day, I was so excited. And then I was like, thank you so much, And I asked her, can I share it on the podcast? And she nodded yes. And then she said, I'm going to be famous. My career starts now. It's like, hell yeah, girl, we're going to do it. Let's start your career right now. So that is Romy Crosson's first piece of artwork to be featured on a top-rated global podcast. There you go. Thank you, Romy. I love you. All right, let's get into this topic, which is very important. As I said, I think it's a huge thing well, it's a huge part of what I do within my work at Fun Love Media as a social media agency, as a social media manager. And I think we need to have these conversations more about whether or not social media is actually going to bring your business customers or not. The answer to that is yes, it's going to. But, and you knew there was going to be a but that is literally just one of the many things, important things, that social media is going to do for your business. It's literally just one of them. There are so many other things that actually might be even more important. And I know you might be like, what's more important than making fucking money, Brittany? Like, I want it to bring me new customers. I get it. And it will. If you do it right, it will. But I want to break it down for you, all of the advantages of social media for small. I'm gonna stick with small business for now because I just want to have a focus here. So, a smaller size business, an independently owned business, right? I want to talk about all the advantages, and I want you to then put all these puzzle pieces together to see how it is all going to help you have more business and increase your revenue, but in various ways, and not just this like, they saw my post on social media because I said these green shirts are on sale, and then they came and bought a green shirt. The end, and I made $8 profit. Like, it's not always that simple. There's more to it. So let's break this down. Okay. So will it bring you new customers? Yes, but it will also do all these things. Position you as a leader in your industry by showing up on social media on a regular basis and people seeing your content, seeing your face, seeing the face of your team, seeing examples of your work, seeing even something fun and silly you did in the office, whatever the hell it is that you've shared. If you're sharing on a regular basis and you're showing like, look, we're good at what we do, then you're positioning yourself as a leader in your industry, which is so fucking badass. Also, authority. You're positioning yourself as an authority figure in your industry. I mean, you're basically, you're building trust. And whenever people see your face and your content over and over and over, that's what happens. If you've heard of the trust, like, no, I just said it wrong. I always say shit like this wrong. The no like trust factor. Jesus. That's what that is. Whenever somebody with your brand, you've got brand awareness, and so people are like seeing you and seeing your stuff, and so they get to know you, and then they start to like you, and then they build trust, and then people want to buy from people and places that they trust. So it's all connected. So you're building your leadership and your authority in your space by showing up on a regular basis. That is so fucking powerful. And those two important things that social media is going to do for your business. And for you as an individual, if you're the business owner or you are a representative of the business, it's going to do that for your personal brand as well. Next is credibility. Like, think about it this way. Let's pretend that somebody found you through Google. They did not find you through social media, which, by the way, happens all the time. But once they find you and they start to maybe do a little research on you and what you're all about and what you do, they're going to go and look for you on social media. This is extremely common, especially these days. Right now, I'm recording in June of 2023. This is a normal practice. And when they go and they look for you on social media, the credibility that it's going to immediately show to them, to the potential customer, potential client, is huge if you have been showing up consistently on social media. It's not like, oh shit, they hadn't posted, in 2.5 years. It's like, oh, okay, wow, this is like recent stuff going on in this business. And they can get kind of up to date. They can learn. They're going to see that you're a leader. They're going to see that you have some authority, and they're going to see that you have credit. You have that credibility in what you do. And it's all three of those things they'll take you so many places, but you see what I mean, how it's not like actually leading to a transaction at that very moment, but it's still incredibly important. All those things are. Also, something else that social media is going to do for your business that's not just about bringing in new customers is it's going to allow you to have a deeper connection with existing customers. They're going to get to know you even better. Depending on the nature of your business, you may not really get to spend a lot of time with your customers, right? Like, some things are very transactional and quick in certain types of businesses. And even if you do get to spend some time with them, like I have a really great client that is a hair salon, and they get to spend some time with their clients, right? But it's still spread out. It's a few times a year, And so if you think about it, having that social media presence and encouraging your existing customers to follow you on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on YouTube, what that's going to do is that's going to deepen your connection with each other. And they're going to be able to learn even more about you than what they can on their quick visit with you or their quick kind of transaction. All right. And on top of having a deeper connection with you and with your team and your brand and your business and everything, they're also going to be able to like keep in touch and you'll stay top of mind so that they come back. I mean, what is more powerful than a relationship with a customer or a client that has gone on for years? That's really, really powerful. And it really, really makes a huge difference in small business. If you've been in business a little while, as well as I do that, long relationships with clients, that's the thing, man. That's exciting to think that somebody will come back and, of course, refer. Like, maybe you don't have the kind of business model where somebody comes back all the time, but it coming back in the form of them referring someone else to come to you, right? And all because you have this really solid social media presence where they're able to follow you, stay in touch, stay in the know of what's happening, and not forget about you until a year and a half later and go, oh yeah, I forgot about them, right? We don't want that. So that's another huge thing that social media is doing for your business. That's not just necessarily making a sale or bringing you a new customer. Also, brand awareness. This is huge. And I know that it's not always an easy concept for everyone if you're not used to this world that I'm in of social media and of marketing and all that. I get it. But let me just try to break down brand awareness for you really quick, because the more you understand it, the more you're going to appreciate it and feel proud of yourself for showing up on social media regularly to bring more brand awareness. So you're yes, you're making people aware of your brand, but it's helping people understand what kind of organization you are. maybe what you stand for, or how you work, what y'all's values are, what's important to you, how you treat your clients, how you treat the people that work for you if you're the business owner. What kind of feelings do you give people when they work with you, right? Like, I mean, there's a reason why I named my business Fun Love Media. Like, I want everybody to have fun, and I want it to be this loving, positive environment, right? So, and that's the kind of vibe that we give off, all of us as individuals at Fun Love Media, but then also as a team, and then also in our work. So, and that's a gradual process, right? So if you're just starting out, don't worry, it'll come together. But brand awareness is so huge on social media. Like, people are going to really get a grasp for what your reputation is, and what it's like to work with you, and the way you make them feel, to me, that one is so exciting. But you know just imagine, I mean, just in general, I mean, that's my list, by the way. But so, leader, authority, credibility, deeper connection, keeping in touch, and then brand awareness. But I want you to just imagine the scenarios that can happen. Like I said earlier, a lot of times maybe people will find you from Googling, and you come up as one of the results, which is fantastic, by the way. That goes really well along with social media. Okay. You want to show up in Google results. Also, what's fantastic is referrals, word of mouth. That is so strong. So I actually tell our clients that are traditional businesses wanting to, like, increase revenue and all these things, that you actually, like, I totally lost my fucking train of thought. Okay. You actually want those things to happen. Of course, you don't want to just rely on social media to bring you customers. It's great to have a variety of ways that you get new customers and get new business. But just imagine the scenario. Somebody finds you on Google, or word of mouth. And like I said earlier, they're going to go and they're going to look you up. So if they found you from word of mouth, they're probably going to look for a website first. That's what I would do. So I mean, I'm not a website designer, but shout out, or creator, but shout out to everybody out there that does that, because it's important. So they're going to go to your website, and then they're also going to go to your social media. If someone is pretty social media savvy, most likely they're going to go to Instagram first. That's just if they're super social media savvy. Look, everybody's going to be a little different, but Instagram is kind of like that next level in credibility after a website. And they're also going to look for you on Facebook. They're going to look for you on TikTok. They're going to look for you on LinkedIn, whatever makes sense for them and for the situation, or YouTube. You have to have that presence there so that when they come, you're welcoming them with this badass image of your badass business that they can see and go, oh, all right, all right. And they can scroll through a little, they can look at some photos, they can look at some videos, they can watch your Instagram stories, because I know you're just so good about it that they're going to be active. They can see the kinds of people that are following you that maybe they have in common with those people. They're going to really learn a lot about you just by going to check out your social media platforms. And if your social media content and your presence there is top notch, then you are increasing the odds of them wanting to work with you by a freaking gazillion. I don't know. I don't have the number. A lot. And you then will realize, wow, so they didn't actually discover me from social media, but when they came and they found me on social media, they were able to confirm that I am a legitimate business that has a solid presence, that's posting on a regular basis, that has good shit going on in their business, that has a good brand, that stands for something, that represents something, that has smart people working here. And I'm an authority, and I'm a leader in my industry. And you have all of that just because they went and they looked for you on social media and they found you and your account was amazing. It's really incredible. So I just hope that this helps paint a picture for you as to the value of having a solid, consistent social media presence as a small business. If you wonder, if it's like just about bringing in new customers or not, because it's not. And I even though I love social media and clearly huge chunk of my life revolves around social media, I highly recommend that you have more than one way for people to find you and it not just be social media and just hoping the algorithm shows your content to the right people, because it might not all the time. There's way too many moving parts and variables in social media and just the nature of it for you to have all your eggs in that basket. Are there exceptions? Of course, there always are. You know, I always say that. There's always an exception, and that's totally cool. But for the most part, it's very smart to have other ways to bring in leads, whether that be your website, whether that be your podcast. That's a great way to bring in new leads. Word of mouth, of course, or any other kind of, marketing venture that you've got going on for your business. But having that solid social media presence is going to, in the big picture, help you make more money for sure. But you have to know that it comes in all these different ways from all these different directions. And it's one of those things that it's so worth the investment of not just money if you hired, somebody like us to do the work, but also the investment of time and effort and getting involved and showing up on camera as the business owner or having your team show up on camera. Really putting yourself out there as if you're making little miniature commercials on your local TV station for your business all the time is essentially what it's like if you are of my age range. You know what I mean? So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it helps get your gears turning as to why social media is so important for small business and what it can truly do for your small business and for you if you are the business owner and building a personal brand. There's just so much out there that is to be said for having a solid social media presence. Again, please let us know what you think of these episodes. Because it's a podcast, we can't have a two-way conversation. So I want to hear from you. You can find the Social Sunshine Podcast on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, everywhere. You can also find me on all of those places. So reach out, send me a message, send the show a message. We want to hear from you. If you ever have any questions about something we talk about on the show, please send them our way. And either me or my producer, Megan, we will have an answer for you, and we are here to help you. And give the show a follow on social media. Give me a follow on social media. Thank you so much for listening today, and I'll talk to you later.